What is your excuse? Let me rephrase. What is your reason? I know if I call it excuse, we feel like I don't have excuses. I have genuine reasons, right? If you do not want to do it, you would find an excuse. Yes, yes, I know you want to, but do you really, really, really want to do it? Because if you do, you would find a way. It is not going to happen. It's not going to happen by luck. It's not going to happen by coincidence. You would not wake up and find yourself in that dream come through. It doesn't happen like that. You have to start working. Faith without works is dead, guys. You have to act, act, act. I can assure you that there is at least one thing that you can do right now in the direction of your dreams. There's one thing right now that it can be a book, it can be as little as practicing daily. Whatever it is, go and start doing.
Welcome to Music and Muse, a space for heartfelt reflections, vulnerable conversations, and soul lifting inspirations. In each episode, I share my thoughts on life and daily living along with recommendations of songs that have blessed me and are definitely worth a listen. Just like Matthew chapter 5 verse 16, I am here to shine my light and hopefully encourage you on your journey. So grab a seat and let's gist.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Music and the Muse. I am your host, Philippa, and I am so happy to have you join me on yet another episode of Music and Muse. It has been forever, guys, since I put out an episode of Music and Muse. It has been probably a year now, or more than a year, since I last recorded an episode of Music and Muse. So I'm so excited to be doing this, but it feels strange to be back in front of a camera. I'm trying to get used to what it felt like to just sit here and talk with you guys. Thank you for everyone that has been reaching out to ask about Music and Muse. Thanks to everyone who has been following every episode of Music and Muse. And hopefully we're back. We're back with episodes weekly by God's grace. Yes, I am excited. I really am. I think you can see it by my smile and the fact that I keep saying that I'm excited. Yes. So before I get into what I have to gist you about today, I would like to just give you an update what has been going on. I turned 31 like 2 days ago. Yeah, I'm growing older. Yes, I'm growing older. And yes, it's been a fun ride so far. My journey has been amazing, and I'm grateful to God for it. I'm grateful to you for being part of my journey, and for some of you that have been in my life 15, 20, 25 years. In fact, if you are watching this and we've known each other for 10 years, can you just drop a comment, guys? Thank you. Thank you. It's been a journey indeed, but God has been good. God has been faithful. God has been gracious, and I'm glad to have you in my corner. Yes. What else has happened? I've released 4 new singles: Harabada, Love Never Fails, Elroy, and I reworked the version of my debut single, which is Nothing. So if you've not listened to any of those songs, this is update. Go, go, go. It's on all platforms. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Boomplay, Audiomack, anywhere you like to stream your music. Go and search Philippa and enjoy my music. Update, update, update. Yes, I'm planning towards a live recording in September. Yes, guys, I'm excited. What else happened? We've had JCYC, we've had VBS. A lot has happened this year, guys. It feels like I've lived 2 years in the first 6 months of 2025. It's been a lot. But here we are. I'm still able to put on makeup. I'm still able to put on a smile. And I'm grateful, grateful. But what else happened? I cut my hair, as you can all see, and I'm enjoying the freedom, the fresh air, and the savings. Yes. So if you've been considering cutting your hair and you've been in between wondering, should I, shouldn't I? This is your cue, guys. Go and cut your hair. Yes. There's freedom on this side. Mm-hmm. Don't say I gave you bad advice, but it's fun. I'm really loving this haircut. And then I think that's that on updates. If I remember any other, I'll bring it to you in subsequent episodes of Music and Muse. But today, I want to ask you one question. And the question is, what is your excuse? Let me rephrase. What is your reason? I know if I call it excuse, we feel like I don't have excuses. I have genuine reasons, right? Of course, we all do. So I'm going to tell you why I'm asking this question. I have reasons why I haven't recorded any new episodes of Music and Muse for over 1 year, I believe, right now, right? And my reasons are genuine. Hear me out. I can't even tell you all of it. But first of all, this is primarily a video podcast. So I needed stuff. I needed the video quality to be better. I wanted a new phone or camera or something. Got a phone, and then I started to think, guy, I need a background, right? I can't just be the place need to be giving. There should be light, there should be some ambience, something should look good, right? It's video. It should be what you're watching. And you will agree with me that's a very good reason for a video podcast, right? So well, I was trying to get a background. I bought a few cloths, all these fabrics that I saw do it yourself on YouTube on how to make backgrounds. I got all of this cool stuff and I was like, I needed a stand for the clothes. Then I felt like, oh, I don't even really like a background. How about just having something else in the background instead of the cloth? And I went round and round on that. And then we were going to move houses to a new house. And when I saw the new house, I was like, this house is painted white. As you can see, we're in the new house. And I was like, guy, I told my niece, just wait till we move to our new house and then you will have back to back episodes of Music and Muse. Because now I have background without even really looking for cool corners. I have this window light that, my window is right facing the sun and it gives natural light and I wouldn't really need light. In fact, that I forgot to mention that before then I said I needed light. And my husband's best man and our dear friend, brother, Uncle Dada gave me a light, that I couldn't even afford to buy. But when I had the light, I was down and I went to the background thing. And then I told her, don't worry, let's move to this new house. Then we moved to the new house. Don't say I'm giving you excuses, oh. You will soon see yourself inside these boats. Yes, we're together in this. So well, we moved to the new house in maybe October, and this is June. How many months? October, right? November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. 9 months, guy. Hey, almost a year. And it's today I'm finally recording an episode of Music and Muse. Because when we got to this house, right, I did a couple of episodes, but it was noisy. The time that I would be home and free, children will probably be home on the same day and there will be noise. Sometimes I'm recording, my neighbor's dog is barking. I just get frustrated and I stop it. And I was like, oh, I want a podcast mic. Ta-da! This is actually the second one I'm getting. I got a small one. I don't know what those mics are called. Then I got this one. Then I couldn't get a stand for the mic. Oh my God. Then finally, I was just scrolling social media one day, and I think it was my dear brother K Strings that I saw this hanging chair in his house, and I was like, "Oh, cool! Finally, I've seen what I have been waiting for." You see this hanging chair? When I put it, I don't really need background. I don't really need light. I can just put it outside. I can take it under any tree anywhere and just sit down there and record because I want it to be natural. I just want to talk with you guys, right? So okay, I want to do this thing. And then I went on, was it Temu or I don't even remember what app. And I was just checking, like, guy, I saw that hanging chair was like 5K or something. Hey, that was when common sense came back to my brain. Like, guy, what are you doing? Sorry, I've been saying guys so many times. Where did I pick up that? But then I started to think that this thing that you are waiting for, you are never going to start. And I kept getting frustrated because I really, really, really like to do this music and music. I can't even tell you how much. I love it when you listen, when you leave comments, feedback, because I'm also a podcast manager, right? So I've been working full time managing other people's podcasts. And I know that I really, really have this podcast idea that I want to consistently put out content and do this stuff. It's something that makes me happy. I love to do it. But why couldn't I get myself to that point where I started to consistently work on it? And it's simple. It is all about making excuses. Call it whatever. It's really excuses. With Mahemo, I don't know if I gave you that update. I started Mahemo Pathfinders, a workplace readiness coaching program for young women. Yes, that's one of the updates. That's one of the things that I've been keeping my hands full recently. So in Mahemo, we've been reading a book, which is a book I read some years before I got married. Brian Tracy's No Excuses, right? And it's just been reminding me a lot about how that if you do not want to do it, you would find an excuse. Yes, I know you want to, but do you really, really, really want to do it? Because if you do, you would find a way. I have a friend that I know will watch this podcast episode. Her name is Priscilla, right? She's the owner of Scarlett Mark, and I'm a proud brand ambassador for Scarlett Mark. Go and check us out on IG, on Facebook, everywhere. She makes really cool pieces. See, I was telling my guys in class last week, or was it a few days ago, that if you want to see someone that is consistently putting out content for her business and pushing and doing new stuff all the time and persistent with two toddlers. That's my friend Priscilla. I don't know how she does it, right? And she's somebody that is a friend and she's there for almost everybody. And then she's able to do all of those stuff. So I know that it is because of how passionate she is about Scarlett Mac, about her brand, about the vision that God has placed in her heart. And I just wanted to come here and remind you about the visions in case you have forgotten the dreams that you have. You would be a dreamer, perpetual dreamer, if you don't get off out of that bed and go and start doing something, acting in the direction of your dreams and your vision. Make it happen. It is not going to happen. It's not going to happen by luck. It's not going to happen by coincidence. You would not wake up and find yourself in that dream come through. It doesn't happen like that. You have to start working. Faith without works is dead, guys. You have to act, act, act. And somebody might be watching this and just wondering, okay, act and do what? Go and start something. I mentioned that my birthday was a few days ago. So I did a shoot and I like to ask questions. So while the lady was doing my makeup, I loved her work. Rotnen of 12 a.m. Glow. I'm doing a lot of adverts on this episode. Shout out to her. She did an amazing work on my makeover. And so when she was doing, I asked her a question. I was like, where did you learn? And she said, I'm basically self-taught. Guys, people are doing businesses, they're earning a lot of money. Imagine that she had said she was going to have to wait until she could afford a tutor. There's YouTube. Whether you want to do data analysis, whatever you want to study right now, there are several ways for you to start without money. Like literally, there's so much that you can do. I can assure you that there is at least one thing that you can do right now in the direction of your dreams. There's one thing right now that you it can be a book, it can be as little as practicing daily. Whatever it is, go and start doing. I remember another scenario. Let me give you an example. I've been singing all my life, right? Then I got to a point where I felt like, oh, I really want to take this thing seriously. I'm passionate about it. I like it. And my first thought was get a vocal coach. And then I started to explore and ask. I was hearing, as at that time, the build, how much was I even earning? Was I even earning to start with? And to say I wanted to save up to afford a vocal coach would have been that my singing dream was over. And I don't know how I stumbled on some of these Jacob's Vocal Academy. I started getting some of these vocal exercises that they just record and put out there. That was how I started to do daily. Sometimes I just go, I don't even know what I'm working on. I was doing everything. I was doing warm ups, I was doing agility exercises, I was doing everything. And of course, I know that my voice is not there yet, but if you hear my voice, you would know that this is someone that has put a bit of work. At least as a singer, I know the keys. There are singers I don't even know how many keys there are. I don't know what key I sing on. I don't know, and this has shown someone that is intentional about growth, right? In as much as I've not done enough in that area. Of course, I'm just citing that as an example that if I was waiting, another time I wanted to learn the guitar, and then a friend of mine just gave me a guitar and he gave me a manual. My friend Six Strings. It's been a long time. It just came to my mind now. So he gave me that guitar and he gave me a manual, and that was all I needed to start at least now I never went further. I'm not able to play some exotic chords, but I'm able to write my songs with guitar. I'm able to interpret. I'm able to worship. Sometimes I just need an accompaniment. I don't have to look for anybody. I can strum. I can find my way, right? And with that, I'm able to even find my way around the keyboard. So I'm just saying, guys, this is not a self-praise session because, like I just told you, the long story of how many excuses I gave just to record another episode of Music and Muse. So it's not about praise and like I'm doing well. I'm not. This is an episode for me and you to challenge ourselves to do what we know we have to do, right? We know that we want this. We really, really want to do this. We know that we've been graced for it. We know that we've been entrusted the visions. There are people that feel like they don't even have any vision. You have a vision, you have a dream, and you're just sleeping on it. Wake up, wake up. It's time to wake up. It's time to act. It's time to move. Guys, move. So if you enjoyed this episode, if you are joining me to decide to be consistent, because I plan to consistently record episodes of Music and Muse. So if you are making that decision with me today to move in the direction of our dreams, our visions, the calling that we know is upon our lives. If you are like me, right? If it's working out, whatever you want to consistently start to do, if you are deciding with me, making that choice with me today to say no to the excuses and to move in the direction that we know we should be going, whether crawling, whether little steps, however we are deciding today to keep moving, please leave a comment. Let me know what it is that you want to be doing, and let me know what it is that you're going to start doing today to push yourself in that direction. Thank you. I hope that you found something worthwhile listening to this episode of Music and Muse today. Remember, this episode is available on all platforms. It's on Spotify, it's on Apple, it's on Amazon Music, and primarily it is hosted on YouTube. I hope that you found this motivating, you found it inspirational, and I hope that this would mean that you would listen and watch the next episode of Music and Muse. So on the music corner for Music and Muse today, we're no longer doing music episodes and Muse episodes. I'm doing Muse, and then I'm giving you music recommendations. But then I'm going to be doing covers, right? I'm going to be putting out covers. That's going to be on a different category. But on Music and Muse, I have switched the model to just be music recommendations instead of episodes of music. So it's going to be Muse, and the music is going to be like a recommendation of a song that is blessing me, songs that I'm listening to, songs that I would love for you to listen to. So this week, the song is Colton Dixon. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, featuring Gabby. And the title of the song is Build a Boat. I love that song. That song talks about crazy faith, like Noah, painting that story of Noah building an ark by the instruction of the Lord, even when it didn't make sense, even when people laughed at him, even when people thought he was crazy because it had never rained, And I think that song is the song that you need to move you to crazy faith, to believing, and then to acting when you hear the voice of the Lord, when you hear the word of the Lord, acting on the word of the Lord. So go listen to Colton Dixon featuring Gabby. The remix, I believe, is the one he featured Gabby, but I like that remix because I love the voice of Gabby, and I plan to do a cover of that song. So go listen to Build a Boat. I'm going to put all of this in the description so that it's easy for you to find. Until next time, my name is Philippa. Bye.
And that is a wrap on today's episode of Music and Muse. I hope it resonated with you. If you found this episode worthwhile, kindly subscribe, share, and leave a review available on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music. To share your thoughts or suggest topics for future episodes, connect with me on social media at officialphilippa. Until next time, stay blessed.